and thank you for joining us for In Focus. I'm your host, Sharifa Medford, and today we're talking about the huge family reunion which we'll be having right here in Barbados for the entire 2020. When I say huge, I mean huge. We're going to be having Bajans who live right here on the rock, with those who migrated to other countries across the world, and some who are descendants of Barbadians, all coming together for one big family affair. And we're calling it We Gathering. So our topic for today is We Gathering for what? And here to tell you what we're gathering for and to answer any questions you may have are some people who are heavily involved in this initiative. Deputy Permanent Secretary and We Gathering Coordinator Selma Green, Project Officer Kim Butcher, and Chairperson of the St. Lucie Parish Organizing Committee, Babb. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good evening. Thanks for having us. It's a pleasure.
Selma, you have the massive job of the coordinator of this grand event, and I know it's nothing like planning a personal family reunion. Tell us, what is We Gathering and why are we gathering?
Well, We Gathering is a celebration of Barbados and everything Barbadian. During 2020, we're certainly going to be showcasing all of the talent and excellence of Barbadians, and we're also going to be taking the opportunity to future-proof Barbados to be able to reach our development goals by 2030.
Wow. Well, it's supposed to be something not for the persons for the diaspora, but also for persons from Barbados, the average man on the street, the fisherman, the teacher, the school child. Tell us, how exactly will it benefit everybody?
It will benefit everybody because, one, all of our family and friends who are living in the diaspora are going to be coming home for 2020 from January all the way through to December. So it gives us the opportunity to reunite and reconnect with one another. It gives us the opportunity to get back to all of those old-time traditions and values that we hold near and dear. It gives us the opportunity to celebrate what is brand Barbados, because we have an excellent reputational brand that is celebrated by people across the world, and it gives us the opportunity as Barbadians to connect with that brand and showcase it to the world. And as we interact in our various spaces between January and December, we're going to be doing a lot of training. Trading products and services will be consumed every day, so it means that entrepreneurs across Barbados will benefit at the end of the day. We will benefit too, because as we come home, we are going to be giving back to our communities. So the schools that you went to, you can check in on them and do something great for them whilst you're here. They're the hospitals of Barbados that we're focusing our philanthropic efforts towards. So give something to the QEH, give something to the psychiatric hospital, give something to the geriatric hospital, choose a district hospital in your area, go in and visit a polyclinic and lend them a helping hand. And of course, all of this is geared towards helping us at the end of the day to diversify and grow our economy. So there's some key development projects that we will be showcasing in 2020. So those of us with deep pockets take the opportunity to invest in those projects.
Now, We Gathering is supposed to be part of a Vision 2020. We are hearing both of them. Kim, tell us exactly, how does We Gathering tie into Vision 2020?
Vision 2020 is our overarching program. We were looking at meeting our developmental goals. We're looking at spurring on new economies, so medicinal cannabis, our diaspora economy, or even nighttime economy as well. And all of those are part of Vision 2020. We Gathering is our flagship project from January 1st to December 31st. That fits into our overall Vision 2020.
Why 2020? Why not 2021?
Why not 2020? 2020 is an excellent opportunity for us to look at where we've come from and plan for the future. Anybody who even wears glasses knows 2020 is perfect vision. So it is the perfect time for us to say, hey, you know what? Let's look back, let's look forward. 2020 vision.
So how does the average person get involved?
Well, if you are Barbadian or you love Barbados, so a Barbadian by choice, Barbadian by descent, or a Bajan that live out here, you can be a part of We Gathering. You can plant a tree, plant 2 trees. Our goal is 1 million trees. We want every Barbadian to look around their community, as Selma would say. Look at your school, look at your churches, help and give. 2020 is a year of philanthropy. We want all Barbadians to feel a part and celebrate the things that are Barbadian. our accent. They know how to be an accent. Our food, our culture, our people in the community. We want to celebrate everything that is Barbadian in 2020.
Well, so far we know that every month is going to be assigned to a particular parish. And St. Lucie has a great task of getting the ball rolling. And I know that's a lot of weight on your shoulders because you have a high standard to set. Danny, tell us, what can the people of St. Lucie, both here and abroad, expect from St. Lucie?
Well, it's not just the people of St. Lucie, but the people of Barbados and the diaspora on the whole. On the 1st of January, we're going to start with Gather at the Bay. And anybody who knows St. Lucie knows River Bay. We're going to have an all-time picnic there because we want persons to come home and, you know, experience that big family reunion you began talking about, where you see people that you've not seen in years. You know, we only do it when we go to funerals, but we want you to come to a space that you're familiar with. And you know, we thought about it long and hard. We said River Bay is the best place because any excursion in Barbados used to go to River Bay. We're also going to have some karaoke lines Thursdays and Friday nights. Because, you know, Bajans love some karaoke. They love a line. They love to, you know, be with one another, sing a song, even if you can't sing or sing off key. We're going to have an ecumenical service on the 5th of January. And, of course, our theme in St. Lucie is faith. And we broke it down into an acronym: families, achievements, institutions, talents, and heritage. And we want to focus on those things. And one of the institutions of St. Lucie is the St. Lucie's Parish Church. And that is why on the 5th of January at 3:30 in the afternoon, we're going to come there and we're going to have a lovely ecumenical service. We want as many persons to come out. And if you're not in Barbados at the time, you just watch the live stream because we're going to be sure to have a live stream there for that event. We're also going to have a lecture on mental health awareness, which is something that we actually need to pay special attention to as we go forward. And then we go on every Friday. We want every person from St. Lucie, whether you are here in Barbados, whether you're in the diaspora, to wear your parish color. And our parish color is jade green. And we want them to wear jade green every single Friday. Let the people of Barbados know that St. Lucie running things for January. All the time, but January in particular. Of course, we have dance, Lucie Dance. That's going to be a big back-in time dance we want to have on the 11th of January. And before that, we're going to have the scouts involved in a hike and then a cookout. We want persons to see cooking happen in a cardboard box. Have you ever had bread in a cardboard box?
A what?
A sweet bread in a cardboard box, a cake in a cardboard box, and it would not burn. So we want persons to come and experience that as well. On the 18th, we're going to have a Bajorama, Kuku and Kaiso. That is what we're calling it. And along with that, we're going to have a food and rum pop-up. Because we want persons to feel that culture. And you know, St. Lucie is known for the best rum in the world. It was made there, and it is still being made there. And that is right there at Mount Gay. So you want persons to feel the spirituous part of St. Lucie as well.
This is a wide range of events. Who would come up with all of these events for people of St. Lucie?
We have a parish organizing committee. The committee started off with 6 members. We now have probably about 20 active members assisting us in planning the calendar and ensuring that persons have lots of things to do for January from the 1st to the 31st.
Oh, okay. So persons that are interested in finding out more about what St. Lucie has to offer, what do they need to do?
What do they need to do? You can follow us on Facebook, St. Lucie We Gather in 2020. We are also on Twitter, and that is St. Lucie_We Gather. And we also have our Instagram, which is the same thing, St. Lucie_We Gather. And you can follow all of the details there. And of course, you must follow the website of We Gather, WeGatherinBarbados.com, so that you can get some more insight as to what is going on in St. Lucie and for the other parishes as they come.
We're going to come back to you and get some more information because I know you have way more events than what you just told me.
Oh, yes, I do. Yes, I do.
But one of our questions just came in. How did you select the parishes for each month? How are these parishes allotted to the months?
Well, we started way up north and we moved our way southwards as we go to St. Michael. So we start with St. Lucie, then we go to St. Peter, we go on to St. Thomas. St. Lucie starts in January, and then by November we end with St. Michael, and their theme is Fetting and Friends. And then of course December, everybody comes together and we celebrate, and we end up in Queen's Park on December 25th for that good old time Bajan Christmas morning celebration.
Okay, we just got somebody up saying Rogue Walks, and she's going to be planting 5 or more trees.
Wow.
4 trees, yes.
Yes. But that's great. And where is she planting them? Because right now, each parish has been given the mandate to plant at least 400 trees. So St. Lucie, in January, will be planting at least 400 trees. And we're encouraging individuals, families, youth groups, church groups, businesses in your community. And this is a good point to mention Mount Gay distilleries, because they're very iconic in terms of St. Lucie, the birthplace of rum. Mount Gay has been a staple in terms of a business entity in St. Lucie, and they are certainly exercising their civic social responsibility, because they're going to be planting trees on the 11th. They're going to be opening the distillery to the public free of cost. You can go through and do the tour of that really beautiful facility, and they are going to be engaging the major families in St. Lucie to start the tree planting activity there. And of course Danny and his team will be out and about during the month of January, ensuring that trees are planted everywhere across St. Lucie. There is a committee that's overseeing that process. It's being headed by Dr. Charleston Brathwaite, and they're working along with the National Conservation Commission, and the NCC is going to be hatching the seedlings so that we have enough baby trees to be able to plant and all. Now you can start the process, but they're going to be ensuring that there are trees available, that persons can go in and plant trees. And we say 1 million trees, but we really want to make sure that at the end of 2020, 75% of the trees that we plant are viable, which means that we need to plant a little bit more than 1 million trees. But I know that Barbadians are committed, so we're going to get there.
Okay, I noted, well, I guess the tree planting project would be a national event, and one of the
Yes.
questions just came in, what are some of the other national events we will be having? Kim.
That's a great question.
Yeah.
Actually, I have the opportunity to share parish by parish the major marquee events that are going to be happening. So we've talked about St. Lucie and what's happening, Gather at the Bay and their ecumenical service. But we move now to St. Peter, and their theme is heritage. They're doing a Carolina's Connection, and many Barbadians may not realize that there is a strong connection between Barbados and South Carolina. Well, that is being celebrated in St. Peter at the Arlington House. So that is one of their major marquee events. They also have Spicetown Alive, and this is an all-day family fun day event where all of the businesses in Spicetown will have an opportunity to share their wares, their services. This is a fun family activity. In March now, we move to the heart and lungs of Barbados. When we think about places like Harrison's Cave and hiking, they have a 2-day wellness event that's happening in St. Thomas. So it's all about nature when we talk about moving in March. In April now, adventure is what we're thinking about. Seafood Festival, Kite Flying Festival, St. Joseph is the parish, April is the month. Now, that's the first part of 2020. When we move into May now, we go to St. John. And St. John, you're going to see the mobile cinema making a resurgence.
Ooh.
Yep, if you haven't been before, this is a great opportunity to do so. Mother's Day won't be missed. They're having a fun day and a family day at Babb. Now that's a wonderful location. When we move from May now, we go into June, one of my favorite months. We go to St. George, farm to table. Think about cassava, breadfruit, rabbit, pork, everything farm to table. And that's happening at Buckley's factory. Their major masquerade event is a carnival that's taking place in St. George. So celebrating all the Bajan musicians that have come from St. George. That's what's happening in June. July, sweet month, sweet parish. Sugar Fest, St. Philip. Again, the musicians, and everybody knows the musicians from St. Philip. everybody. So they are going to be celebrating a music event and a sugar event. So this is confectionery, rum, you name it. That's what's happening in the summer in St. Philip. We move now to the arts in August. So all of the cobblers, the artisans, all the clay, everything related to, building our community. Selma had mentioned that We Gathering is an opportunity for entrepreneurs. You're going to see a lot of entrepreneurial activity in August in St. Andrew. They also have Crab Night happening as well. So if you miss Crab Night this year, next year, bigger and better in St. Andrew. Close enough to the end of the year, we go to St. James in September. So you can see cricket, and as a theme as well. So a number of sporting events, a number of gala type events as well. October, Christchurch. Conga line again. Remember back in the day, we're doing it again in 2020. Beach crawl, not even rum crawl, beach crawl. So we're going from beach to beach in 2020.
In Christchurch.
In Christchurch, from cove to cove. That's what's happening. November now. Food, family, friends, vetting. A wonderful cacophony, a Pelawa event going to happen in November. Yes, a Pelawa. Yes. They're having music events. They're having sporting events. They're having a gala event that's going to happen at BDF headquarters. They're having a major event in Queen's Park. And in December, everybody's celebrating. So the entire nation. So we're going back from January and we're coming straight through again, celebrating. Every parish has an opportunity to celebrate in December. So if you want to find out more about what's happening, email us, visit our website, www.wegatheringbarbados.com.
One of our viewers from overseas is asking how are the consulates overseas getting the message out to the people?
Well, we've created a whole lot of marketing material, which we have shared with all the missions and the consulates, so they are pushing it out through associations in the various jurisdictions. We would have visited the UK, we would have visited the USA, both at Fort Lauderdale and at New York, through the queues in the community, and engaged Barbadians in the diaspora. So we would have shared a lot of the messages. We had meet and greets. We had town hall meetings where there were gatherings like Black Cat in the UK. This is a popular pub where every Friday night all the Barbadians go to. We were able to sit down and have some wonderful cuckoo and snapper and talk about We Gathering. So we've taken the opportunity to share the message, and as we create all of the material here, we've been sharing. Our jingle has been put out there, so the message is being spread far and wide. We're doing it through our social media and our digital media platforms.
Okay, so that was when you went overseas with Q.
Yes.
And I know his Q is on the calendar for each parish, and for St. Lucie it starts the ball in January. So tell us about your Q.
Well, we're going to have Q on the 30th of January, and it's going to be at Jack's Pizza in Checker Hall. Now, I don't want to sound bad, but Jack's has the best pizza in Barbados. So when you come down, you're going to have a wonderful Q in the community event. And it's not just for persons from St. Lucie. Again, we want to push that all Barbadians come and celebrate. Because what this is about is everybody supporting everybody. We can't just stick to one side and not the next. So, and then don't think it's just for the diaspora and not for the locals. It's for every single person. So that is on the 30th, and I look forward to seeing as many people there. If you want to see me do a two-step on the dance floor, be sure to come on the 30th of January and see me.
How is St. Lucie incorporating the youth in your activities? So?
Well, we are having some sporting events. We are having a netball competition, Soccerama. We are also having T20 cricket. But we've gone a little further. We are doing the Charles Duncan O'Neill quiz and spelling bee within our primary schools. And we're also having something called the Dippers Cook-Off at the secondary school. So that's how we are encompassing our young people into the entire We Gathering process, into the entire month of January. And what we're encouraging them to do is when they come to gather at the bay on the 1st of January, there's going to be a nice kid zone so that, the children can enjoy River Bay in a safe environment, and they get to play some dominoes, they get to learn probably some worry, they get to play some drafts, and you never know, we might have something up our sleeves and have a good big drafts competition at Gather at the Bay.
I noticed you mentioned the We Dipper event. Why that name?
The Dipper. Well, you would know that the Dipper was the Right Excellent Errol Walton Barrow. That was his nickname. And he was a great chef, as I was told. So that is the name that they decided. They said the Dippers cook off. And it is to really celebrate him. If you know, January 2020 will mark the centennial of his birth. And being that he is from the garden in St. Lucie, and again, that's why I say we in St. Lucie, we lead in every aspect. We want to celebrate him in numerous ways in January, and that is one of the ways we will be doing it for January 2020.
Okay, we have another question now. Is it being promoted to Barbadians from the French territories?
It is being promoted to Barbadians from the French territories, and where we have our consulates overseas, we're using them to make the translations for us. So we've had Portuguese, we've had Spanish, we've had French, so that we're able to share the information to connect with people where they are.
Okay. I noticed Danny mentioned that the events there are not only for persons from St. Lucie. I think we need to get that message out to all Barbadians that each month, although it is this specific parish month, is still for everybody to come out to the events.
Yes, and as I said, it's a year-long celebration, and we want all Barbadians wherever you reside. So my mom, who is sitting in her living room, probably watching right now in St. John, my friends who are in St. Philip, Kim's family who lives in the Plain, Danny's family in St. Philip, wherever you are in Barbados, where that parish is being showcased, we expect you to come out and celebrate and be able to explore what is iconic, whether it's food, whether it's fashion, whether it's places of interest, whether it's traditions about that parish. I mean, the university, and this is something that I really look forward to, is going to be featuring standpipe stories. So in each parish, they're going to be going in and they're going to be sharing the folklore of the parish. They're going to talk about the Heartmen, and I discovered very, very recently the genesis of that, but I will wait to hear what the researchers have come up with in terms of why the Heartmen came about. Tracing your family is going to be a big part of 2020 as well. So we're going to be having a number of genealogy marketplaces, and they will be going from parish to parish, where you can come in and trace your roots. So bring your birth certificates, bring any documents you have at hand, any photographs, and see where your lineage is at the end of the day. And we talked about encouraging children earlier. We've launched a genealogy competition in the primary and secondary schools. So kids are going to have the opportunity to build out their family tree, and they're going to be winning wonderful prizes at the end of the day as they learn about their ancestry. So it's going to be an exciting mix, and I look forward to it. I grew up in St. John, and I was born in St. John, so I'm going to be celebrating with St. John. I grew up in St. Joseph, so definitely I owe some time to St. Joseph. I live in St. George right now, so I'm willing to explore St. George. So for me, Barbados is going to be my garden that I'm going to roam through for 2020.
We have another question. Will Barbadians overseas benefit from reduced airfare, or maybe any trips home, any prizes of trips home for next year?
Well, we've already started some competitions where promoters are having events overseas. We've been offering prizes that people could win to get a trip home. This has happened at the Q's very recently. There was a promotion that was featuring the return of Lil Rick to New York, and the giveaway was a ticket to Barbados. Right now, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade has their competition going in relation to global stories, and they're encouraging Barbados to sign up on the portal and to get their families and friends to share their information so we can start doing that diaspora mapping. And once you sign up 20 persons or more, you're eligible for weekly prizes and then major prizes at the end of the year. In terms of airfare, though, the Ministry of Tourism and International Transport has been working very, very hard with the airlines to ensure that we have capacity to bring people home in 2020. Already there are a number of airlines that have come on board, so we're going to be seeing interesting packages being offered. JetBlue has already indicated that it's going to be the carrier out of the U.S. And of course, along with air transportation is going to be accommodation. And there are about 20 hotels that are part of the BHTA group, as well as the Intimate Hotels group, that have come on board, and they're going to be offering up to 20% discounts on hotel rates. So the private sector is definitely coming on board. This is an initiative that is being led by the government of Barbados, but it definitely is going to take a huge collaboration between the private sector, the public sector, and civil society to get us to where we need to get to in terms of our goals for regathering. And I do mention civil society because our service groups, because philanthropy is such a key part of what we're going to be doing for 2020, they are critical. So on the ground, many of them are working with their organizations to start mobilizing them to give to support to those key areas within communities. And we are highlighting the hospitals of Barbados, but wherever there is a need, we're asking Barbadians in 2020 to give to it. And it could be financial assistance, it could be your time, it could be materials, it could be your expertise, whatever you choose to do. I mean, I'm so proud of St. Lucie because they have adopted the St. Lucie Hospital, which really is in need of dire help. And in January, they, along with Mount Gay, they're going to be working to refurbish it, put up the fence, do the paving so that the old ladies and gentlemen who live there can come out in the afternoons and enjoy that wonderful breeze and be able to look out at the panoramic view of St. Lucie, which is so beautiful. And I'm heartened because I think St. Lucie, as in most parishes in Barbados, they're filled with great community spirit. So we look forward to persons to have fun and fete and so, but remember that at the end of the day, we are about developing Barbados. We are about taking Barbados forward, and it means that it's going to call for us collectively to be part of that process. So by giving back in whatever way we can, but also to join the conversation. And we talked about young people, and again, I go back to that. The Prime Minister has already started that process. She's gone into a couple of secondary schools to start talking to young people about how we feel about Barbados. Where do you see us going? What do we need to do? How do you take us forward? Because if we are going to future-proof, they are the ones that are going to be doing it by 2020, because hopefully I'll be sitting in my rocking chair somewhere enjoying some coconut water. But they are the ones who will be taking up the mantle. So ultimately, having conversations about them in terms of where they see us and how they see themselves contributing. And she's also going to be going from parish to parish to connect with Barbadians everywhere so that they can be part of the discourse in terms of crafting that collective vision for Barbados for 2020 and beyond.
Okay, some person is asking about the concessions that will be offered to persons bringing importing products and for their different projects and stuff. Okay,
that's very, very critical, and it's it is not a simple framework to build out, because ultimately we want people to give, and we're working on making the process of giving easy. So right now a portal is being built out where you can go online, you can see the institutions, you can see what they need, you can go in and decide and pick from the suite of things what you want to offer. You can make your payments online. If you're going to be bringing in items, we are working on a mechanism where we have shippers overseas who can gather your items for you, ship them to Barbados. You have a connection here with a public sector agency who will clear those items for you, because right now the person who is doing that has to go through each one of those steps. And we know that as we've been talking to persons that there have been some challenges from time to time, but we're trying to make that process easy. The change is not going to happen overnight, as with any change process that occurs, but ultimately we want to be able to build the operational framework and the legislative framework to be able to support philanthropy, not only now, but in the future, because we want to get back to Barbadians where they inculcate that spirit of giving. And if that's going to happen, it means that what we put in place now has to have sustainability down the road.
We have another question I think is crucial, especially for persons planning events.
Yeah.
What are your projected numbers of persons coming in, I guess, per month in total for next year?
Well, we're looking at a 20% increase in arrivals. So right now we are probably like just over 600,000 persons who come to Barbados. If we increase that by 20% overall, we're looking at 880,400. So we're looking at an increase of 20%, but it's incremental. There are a number of persons who say they're coming home in their parish month, they're coming home in the summer for our regular crop over festivities, they're coming home in Christmas. So we're going to have a number of repeat visitors in 2020.
Okay. Going back to the philanthropy project, some person is asking if they want to give back to the hospital or schools, who do they need to contact? How do they do that?
Well, in terms of the hospital, they contact the hospital director, and they would indicate what it is that they would want to give. Once that connection is given, and approval is signed off on from the director at the moment in terms of the items that they're going to be bringing in. And it's very critical that they get that letter of approval from the hospital director, because once they come into the country and they have that letter of approval, it means that they get easy access through the country with those items. If it is that you're going to be reaching out to a school and you don't have the contact details, I believe that our Yellow Pages is online, so you can find the information for the school very easily. But just contact us at the Secretariat 535-7532, or you can email us selma.green, no E at the end, the color green, at barbados.gov.bb, or Kim C. Butcher at barbados.gov.bb, and we will share that information with you and connect you with either the person or the institution that you need to reach in order to give back to that.
And once again, this is not only for persons from the diaspora to contribute.
This is everybody.
Yes.
To contribute.
There are a number of parish organizing committees that have been established. If you reach out to us directly, we can connect you with the chairperson from the parish organizing committee. So if you're in Christchurch, or in St. Michael, you're in St. James, and you want to connect with your parish organizing committee, you can contact us directly at our contact number 535-7532, and we can connect you with the chairperson so you can be a part of the parish organizing committee and help in this celebration in 2020.
Somebody's asking how soon the portal is going to be in place.
Well, we're working on having it go live by the beginning of the year. So as with any new technology, it's important to test it and debug it. And it doesn't mean that once you install it, that there may not be challenges, but we're making sure that, I'll use that word again, we're future-proofing it, so that when we go live with it, we minimize the chances of it not functioning as efficiently as we expect to. And of course, with the project, the portal, it will be built out in such a way that we can build it out as the scope of what we're doing increases. But we're looking to go live by 1st of January.
Okay. Danny, speaking about chairpersons, we have one right here. Tell us, what's the feedback, what's the word on the ground from persons? Are they excited about what St. Lucie is going to be offering, about We Gathering in general?
Well, I can tell you there is a lot of excitement. On Friday gone, we had a lighting ceremony and Christmas concert, and we had just about 500 persons packed in St. Lucie's Parish Church car park. And when persons were hearing the activities, people were like, yes, I want to do this, I want to get this, I want to be involved in this. In fact, the excitement is so great, my uncle came home from England, and he's here now for 6 weeks because he said he wants to be here for January to enjoy what St. Lucie has. As somebody who grew up in St. Lucie, lived in England now for 43 years, so he's home now to enjoy Christmas and to enjoy We Gathering. There's great excitement, especially when persons find out, look, I can be a part of this process. I can give back to the St. Lucie's District Hospital. I can plant a tree. People are just excited to do everything for the We Gathering year, and in particular in St. Lucie.
Well, I note the list of events that you have, that the National Committee has. One of the questions just came in. Will there be any surprise artists? We have a lot of Barbadian-born talent that have branched out and gone elsewhere, and persons want to know, can we have a hint? Is anybody going to be coming back?
Of course, persons are going to be coming back. And of course, it's a surprise, but we can't tell you. But we know those prominent people that we have on the global landscape who are flying the yellow, black, and blue flag really high. So we can expect to see those persons in 2020.
And of course, our local artists here are doing wonderful things.
Of course.
The We Gatherin website. If we go to the We Gatherin website now, what will we see?
Calendar of events. Each parish has a complete calendar of events. So from the 1st to the 30th or 31st of every month, you'll be able to find all of the information related to what is happening in the parish. So if you're interested in gospel events, sporting events, community events, whatever it is you're looking for, you can go on our website, which is www.wegatheringbarbados.com, and you'll be able to see the calendar of events, the themes as well. So if you want to celebrate with your parish, you'll see the themes, you'll also see the colors as well. So it's an excellent opportunity to really and truly connect with your parish.
I like the fact that the calendar of events, they're not only party events. It is, as you say, a potpourri of gospel events, genealogy events,
tree planting events, service days, cleanup activity.
Kind of just make, I don't think you ever see each committee and told them this is what you need to do. How did we get?
Oh, but we did. We did. Kim has done a marvelous job in terms of working with the parish organizing committees. We've met with each and every one of them. She's created a wonderful guide for them that has all of the touch points that they need to cover. So you need to come up with a diverse and exciting calendar of events. You need to have a tree planting activity. You need to have a community day, cleanup service day activity. You need to have a sporting event. You need to have cultural events. You need to look at things that focus on kids. You need to look at the vulnerable within your community. So we gave them the broad guidelines, and of course we said to them, craft things that are really indigenous to your parish, and they really have stepped up to the task and come up with some wonderful things. I mean, the calendar that was created by the National Sports Council is really brilliant. They have connected with each of the parishes in a very special way, so you will see sporting events that are really iconic to the parishes. And now that I'm here, I'm going to take the opportunity to talk about cleanup, because we haven't hit on that.
Yes.
We're inviting people home for Christmas, and when you invite people home, your place needs to be clean.
Yes, we have seen some comments on Facebook about cleaning up and debushing and making sure the place is
spick and span. So we've started the process through the Sanitation Service Authority to start cleaning up the highways and byways. The NCC has cleaned up the parks. I went down to River Bay last Friday, and it is absolutely beautiful. All the sargassum seaweed is gone, so we're going to have a lovely day on the 1st. But the national campaign has started in terms of cleanup, but every Barbadian has to put his or her hand to the plow. So it means that between now and January, we have to get up and start cleaning up. Cleaning those hedges, cleaning those hedgerows, cleaning those drains, and join in the national effort. And of course, it doesn't end there. Beyond 2020, we need to make sure that we sustain that in terms of managing our waste properly, recycling, reusing things, repurposing things, so that we keep this beautiful island of ours spick and span, because ultimately it's the only little rock that we have to live on, and we have to protect our environment in a significant way.
And these cleanups are not a one-off something. This is
no,
not
they're
just
not one-off.
because people coming home in 2020. This is, as you say, vision for 2020 and beyond.
Yes. So definitely we look forward to that, and we expect that individuals and households, community groups will get together. I think Kim has a wonderful project that she wants to share in terms of a community that did composting.
Yes, actually, in Ruby Park, they had a challenge with garbage pickup, which a number of communities have experienced, and they took the opportunity to look at the challenge and find a very creative solution. So they are involved in community composting. So everybody brings their organic waste to one location, and then they turn it into mulch and create 6-week crops. So scallion, parsley, time, and so they've found a solution to a challenge that they've had. And we are encouraging communities across Barbados to find innovative solutions to the challenges that they may face.
Okay, so we're wrapping up now. So Danny, any final words?
Well, I want all of Barbados, I want all of the diaspora, come to St. Lucie. We have a lot to offer you in January, but not just to St. Lucie. Come to each and every single parish, each and every activity. You will see me in every parish, well, as much as possible in 2020, as much as possible. So come home, come out from your homes and support us.
Kim?
I want everybody to come home. I want you to not just enjoy and celebrate with us in 2020. I want you to look to your left, look to your right, go to your school, go to your church and say, how can I help in 2020 to make Barbados better by 2030?
Madam Coordinator.
Oh boy, I want persons to remember that 2020 is a year for all of us to celebrate, because there's much that we have to be thankful for as a country, as a people, as individuals. We want to showcase the brilliance of Barbados and Barbadians, and of course we want to future-proof our country. So let's celebrate, let's reconnect, let's reunite, let's inspire, and let's transform.
Well, as she said, it's not only for persons coming home, this is for everyone here to be involved as well. And I have goosebumps just hearing about the hive of activity that will be on the island next year. There are business opportunities, chances for families to reunite, opportunities for persons to assist in a philanthropy project, and so much more. And I know you may still have questions and suggestions for the organizers of this amazing venture. So let's keep the conversation going. Drop your questions in the comment section below and we will forward them to the members of the Secretariat. I want to once again thank you, our guests, for joining us, and I want to echo their sentiments and invite all Barbadians, wherever you are, jump at this opportunity and participate in We Gathering. Thanks again to you, our viewers, and until next time, good night.